So, The Fire Inside is a sports drama, a true story. Now, I've never been that much for sports biopics. Like, I saw one earlier this year called Unstoppable that, like, it was trying, and I dug some of the performances, but just the overall framework, it felt like a typical sports biopic that didn't really engage me as much as I thought it would, and I just struggled to appreciate the performances. And I bring that up only because I want to stress that I really dug The Fire Inside, and I wasn't expecting to. I went into this film expecting just like, a typical sports biopic to just go through the motions. We see her struggle, we see her training, and then we see her get up to the Olympics, and then, she battles for the title, and then she wins, and the film ends triumphantly, and then we get the post-credit scene and all that. But what I love so much about this particular film, which it's directed by Rachel Morrison in her directorial debut, but the screenplay is by Barry Jenkins of Moonlight fame, and I think both of their talents, like they have worked together before, but here they do a great job of staging a sports biopic that you care about, and the primary reason for that is that the whole training and winning at the Olympics, that's only half the movie. The other half focuses on everything that comes after that, which is like the aftermath and the realization that no, there is some, corruption and, just greed that goes on that is holding women back from sports, and that has to be addressed, which it was such a breath of fresh air, because so many times I see these sports biopics of everyone who just goes through the motions and they struggle through all these the familiar hurdles that come up in every single film, and they're rarely addressed. They're always just, okay, I just need to clear the hurdle. I'm not questioning why it's there. This is a film that does question why it's there and why it has to be that way, and it was just so refreshing to have that in a film. But the other thing that really helps it too is that you do have great performances here. So playing Clarissa Shields is Ryan Destiny, and she is fantastic in this role, like in both the first half and the second half. But if I'm being honest here, she does shine a lot more in the second half, because the first half is all about the training and just, like the struggle, like everything about pushing herself. And that's really good. Like her physical performance and just her drive and motivation, it's all there. It's a good performance. But then you get to the second half where, she comes back home and she's struggling for money, and just like she realized that even though you did make it in the Olympics, there's still problems in the world, and there's still problems with your career that need to be addressed. Otherwise, you're just gonna live in, accept like the mere pennies you're getting thrown, and just like that level of distrust and that weariness that she experiences in that second act is just brutal and gut wrenching, and you feel for her so much, and just her performance is great there. But also, another fantastic performance here is Brian Tyree Henry as her coach of Jason Crutchfield, and again he really goes out of his way to embody this performance well. Like, and it feels like this would be like a fairly easy role. You could just you get in there and you just you be that supportive coach. You have the scenes where you scream for them in the arena, and when you have that heart to heart with them, when training is tough, and he does all that. But he does it with like this this very like relatable level of understanding, and this level of like frustration where he wants to do more and struggles to do more, but realizes there are limitations there. He's never just seen as like that golden mentor who, like, everything, like all of his advice works and he's right all the time, and he never finds himself just, on edge or just, struggling like to connect with Clarissa. He's always there and present, and he has relatable frustrations that he shares like with the same environment as Clarissa. And just like the two of them play off each other well, where anytime they were together, it was great to see them. And then even in like the Olympic scenes where like she's training and boxing, and Jason just has to be held back because he's not allowed to go that much further, which is like another, hurdle of, her career that you do start to question. It's like, well, wait, Jason was, her coach, he got her through everything. Why can't he be there as well? So I I find the film so fascinating on that note because, yes, it is exciting to watch, Clarissa rise up from the ranks, and, like they set up her rival in the Olympics that she has to beat, and, she focuses on her training, and she has her down moments and her up moments, and we get all those typical scenes that you would expect from this type of a sports biopic. But then addressing the ugly truth of the aftermath just is such a sobering moment, and just like great drama, and just it was that moment that just pulled me back in. I was just like, about a quarter way through the film, I was like, this is actually really good. Like, I like the way it's edited. The performances are good. This is a pretty good sports drama. I think I might like this film. And then I got to that second half, like after the triumphant Olympic scenario, and then addressing everything that came afterwards just made me love the film even more. So I say this as someone who has never really dug sports biopics all that much. The Fire Inside is one that really hooked me because of the fantastic performances by Ryan Destiny, by Brian Tyree Henry, the fantastic directorial debut by Rachel Morrison, and another fantastic screenplay by Barry Jenkins. What can I say? I really loved The Fire Inside.